Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, you know it's not working without you guys. Well, the Super Bowl's set. We got one game left to the season. It will be Kansas City going to back-to-back Super Bowls against the GOAT, Tom Brady, going for his 10th Super Bowl. That's almost unfathomable when you think about going to 10 Super Bowls. I'm not a Tampa Bay fan. I'm not a Tom Brady fan. But you have to look at what Tom Brady has done and say, he really is the GOAT. I'm not saying that Bill Belichick isn't a great coach, and I think that he is, but you got to applaud Tom Brady. I don't even know what to say on that one. But I got to tell you, as a Cowboy fan, with the disappointments that we've had of not being there, it almost hurts. I was talking with my man DMV. Don't forget to subscribe to DMV. We're trying to get him to 5,000. That's his goal for this year, but I want to get him to 5,000 so we can get him to do that chip challenge, that fire in the hole chip. You know, that Pacquiao chip? Yeah, I did that thing, and literally, I have no more insides. Seriously, they're gone. But as I watch Kansas City's defense, now don't get me wrong, Kansas City's offense is great, but you see Kansas City's defense flying around. And I think about what our Dallas Cowboys defense could have been. And I'm not talking about, if we were running the scheme or things like that. It just amazes me how many players that we say aren't good enough for the Cowboys that we let go. And then, you think about Anthony Hitchens. Anthony Hitchens going back-to-back Super Bowls. Damian Wilson, boom, going back to Super Bowl. Now we got Taco Charlton is going to the Super Bowl. Let me say this again. Taco Charlton is going to the Super Bowl. Morris Claiborne last year. Players that we had on our team that we said, nah, don't need them. They're not that good. We got better players over here. So the question is A, do we just not know how to develop players? And we look at them and say they can't play, and somebody else takes them and takes them to another level? Is that the problem? Because we're looking at guys that we said we don't need. They're not that good. But yet, half of the defense for Kansas City are former Cowboys or players that we should have had. When the Honey Badger was a free agent, I was like, can we get that guy? Can we get a safety? Can we get that guy as a safety? And the Cowboys weren't high on him in college. They said he's too small. They weren't high on him as a free agent. Psh. And then, to make matters worse, watching play after play of Warren Thornhill. During that draft, before that draft, I sat down. Okay, I wish I had more time. I wish I could do this full time. But what I did was, I like statistics. I took the last 10 drafts and looked at where safeties were drafted. So one year you might see, maybe 5 safeties were drafted in the first 2 rounds. That correlated then the next year, there'd be like 2. You could graph it up. Anytime there was a year, there was a bunch picked, all of a sudden the next 2 years, it was low. Then it would pick back up, and then it was low. Now, the Cowboys never believe in safety. They don't. They never believed in safety. But I said, going to that draft, because of the way the statistics were going, I said 3 of the top 4 safeties in the draft would be there by the time the Dallas Cowboys drafted. And thought for sure, when the three of the 4 were sitting right there when we were up, that we were going to say, we're going to finally take one of these safeties because we've got the top 4 safeties. 3 of them are still left on the board. And instead, we drafted Tristan Hill. Now, I'm not saying that Tristan Hill is not going to be a player. We saw flashes before he got injured this year. He's got to watch the gator roll tackles. Can't be a dirty player. But you know that you've had a problem at safety forever. Because here's what you look at with Kansas City right now. Kansas City has not one but 2 really good safeties. 2 really good. Warren Thornhill and the Honey Badger. They're out there taking the ball away. They're out there challenging receivers. They're out there tackling people and hitting. How many times, except for later in the season, do we look at it and say, man, our safeties are playing lights out? They don't. They also have good linebackers. Guys that were here. And they got an all-pro defensive tackle. Now, the misconception is that Kansas City just scores a whole lot of points. Yeah, they do. You know, the first 5 games of the season, we were averaging more points than Kansas City. What Kansas City also gets, besides having a great tight end, and me and DMV were having an argument about, Travis Kelce, how, that guy makes you want to get Kyle Pitts. And we'll have that argument for another day because you see Travis Kelce is a generational tight end, and you can look back over the last 5-6 years that every team, the Super Bowl team, has a great tight end, but we'll deal with that later. But the other thing that Kansas City defense has is they're ferocious. They get after the quarterback. They force the quarterback into making turnovers because the thing that is not, that some of you people don't seem to grasp in your head is that turnovers can be a 14-point swing. You saw that on display all day today. You saw that. That turnovers literally came points for Tampa Bay before the half because Aaron Rodgers throws an interception. They get a touchdown. Boom, just like that. Instead of, maybe Aaron Rodgers gets them down there and gets a field goal or a touchdown. Instead, they get a touchdown going into the half. It makes all the difference in the world. Takeaways give you a short field and momentum. And the first half of the season, we couldn't get takeaways. We were on pace to have less than the NFL record of ineptitude of 7. It just so happens that the last 4 games of the season, we get 12. If we can do that and stop the run and challenge a few receivers, we don't have to have a defense that is the top 10. We just get 15 with the offense we have. You got a chance of going all the way. And it's a damn shame that we're looking at half of the Dallas Cowboys defense or what could have been the Dallas Cowboys defense in back-to-back Super Bowls. Ugh. Oh, well, I guess at least this nightmare season for the Cowboys is over at least. And at least we're hopefully looking at something new. All right, y'all. Hope you had a great day. Please be safe out there. I've talked to a lot of my friends here that I haven't seen much on YouTube and things that are telling me how bad it's been. They've lost family members and friends and things to COVID and stuff. Please be careful. Please. I want to get this thing done and over with. I would like for next season to be able to go tailgate, go watch some games, to hang out with you guys, have some of you over here to watch a game. And the only way that's going to happen is we all say enough is enough. I have had it with this mother humping COVID, and I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to make sure it doesn't spread. Whew. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. Thank you as always.